called a GameBang?
No, I haven't heard of that. Is this like a
Oh,
mini or is this like a
I
full?
don't know.
Is this a
There's a
mini?
password. It's like a song. Do you wanna do it with me?
Oh, is it the song that start Bang Game?
Bang game.
Gamity bang instead of game bang
Bang
bangity
bang
bang.
bang
Yeah.
bang. That's exactly right. Wow. Yeah. Man. Well, we're here. We're doing it, man. It's a game
Yes.
bang. Yeah, man. We get together and do this every once in a while. You know.
Yeah.
We've been on like a big movie kick lately,
Yes.
and having a third person's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
And
uh,
it's the summer for movies. Well, I
so
mean,
I know. I have like
movies.
friends
Summer is
who
the
like.
season for
I know,
movies.
and
Yeah.
that doesn't help either. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who are like, "Well, you don't do game as much anymore," and not a lot. A couple people have asked me about it, and I was just like, "Well, yeah, we're on a streak lately, man, with our other thing."
We can't
But
stop thinking about it.
we still buckle down and do this every once in a while,
Yeah.
and I like it.
Yeah, this is
'Cause
just
then we
a
get
short version, obviously, that blends in.
yeah, right. Yeah. So
Because mid-year top fives, that's why.
yeah, exactly, right. So yeah, we just sent JD off after a riveting conversation about movies
Right, and
Just-
TV shows.
and TV shows. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't believe, wow, that was crazy. All of our top fives.
Wow, you surprised me.
I can't believe insert movie here made it to your number 3, man.
Yeah, and I love that movie there. Really made it to the top of a lot of people's lists. So
Right.
we'll see. Yeah,
Jesus.
it'll be good. Let's see. Let's talk about games though.
Okay,
Get into
yeah.
the game stuff. I don't know. Let's just go down, starting from our top five. Starting at five. Excuse me. I'm gonna be honest, man. Nothing's gonna be surprising on my list. If you know me, like nothing's gonna be like, wow, that made it, huh? This
Really?
this year's just been full of just like hit after hit after hit after hit that just are like obvious top 10 if you're into that perspective genre, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if your list is a lot like that, but mine seems very like no duh. So
A lot of, yeah, my entire list is no duh, with the exception of number 5, which was mixed for a lot of people. So there's one game that I wish made my top 5, like really hard, that to align with what we did with TV shows and movies. The one honorable mention I want to mention, get it because it's an honorable mention, is Little Nightmares. I kind of wish that made my top 5, honestly. Like,
oh wow.
I'm looking at my 5 going, why the fuck is it not in there, honestly? Such a really good game, dude. Like,
I need to play it still. I still.
Oh
I still have
shit,
to play
that's
it.
right.
Yeah.
Damn, it's good, man. It's good. It's like a 3.5 hour, 3 hour. If you're dumb, it's 3 hours.
Okay.
And I was so yeah. That's how long the playthrough is. It's terrifying a little bit, but not in a way that there's another game I'm going to talk about later that is terrifying to the point where I got to talk myself into playing it. It's not like that. It's
Okay.
not that degree of terrifying, but yeah, it's just really atmospheric, and the world that they've built and designed. Hell, they're making a TV show out of it for a reason. I'm pretty sure it's a TV show, right? Not a film.
I think so. I think TV show is the word being thrown around.
Yeah. Which is weird, but
Very.
it's, I don't know, the way that everything's drawn out and the color use, and there's definitely a story to be told through all of the non-words that are spoken. Very similar to, what was another game that didn't use a lot of words? Inside, I guess, didn't use words.
Would you say that the puzzles are like that? Like Inside?
Not nearly as creative as Inside.
Not
was.
nearly as creative.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think the world is on par with Inside in terms of like
Wow.
where you're going and stuff and things you run into, and you're like, what the fuck? It's pretty cool.
Okay.
But Inside's very creative, where like you jump into a helmet and you're controlling zombies and shit. That's crazy. I've never seen that before.
Right. It was a pretty smart game. Yeah.
Yeah, but so this is kind of like this year's Inside, at least in terms of weirdness and aesthetic. But I don't know. If it were Inside, it'd be like number 2 or something. If it
Sure.
were that
Of
good,
course.
like that
Yeah.
profound.
Yeah. It's hard to shake that. Yeah.
Right. But that was one I wish made my 5. Do you have one?
I think, man, it sounds like you were describing the one I'm just about to say. Like, I might be talking about this spooky ass game later. Resident Evil didn't quite make my 5.
Oh, okay.
Resident Evil 7. I really enjoy that game. It's been a long time since I enjoyed like a survival horror game, and that one just really spooked the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Real good scares that game.
Right.
And I just have a lot of frustrations with like new age survival horror games. And this one I didn't feel any of that. The only frustration that I felt was being such a pussy while playing it. So,
Right.
oh, a lot of screams, man. I haven't screamed like that since I was a kid. Like, I mean, out loud scream. Ah, like no, it's loud. Like people coming to check on me. Like really, really enjoyed that game. It's been a long time since something's evoked that type of fear out of me, if you will. So it's just it deserves all the praise in the world. It's just. Man, the things that are in my 5 are just like they're very Kyle-ass games. So,
man, that's Kyle as fuck.
That's Kyle as fuck.
I do have to say that this list could also be called top 5 games I really need to finish. I just wanted to say that.
Okay, that's fair.
Unfortunately, but they all left such an impression on me that how could they not be top 5?
You have a whole half year to finish them.
I'll be fine. Up until August is gonna fuck me with Uncharted. At least look me in the eyes and buy me dinner before you fuck me. August.
Well, at least it's only be like 10 hours, so you can just get in and get out.
Yeah, Uncharted is that's gonna steal my time. I'm trying to remember what else is coming out in August, but I got a whole list somewhere. I'm sure.
Agents of Mayhem comes out in August.
Yeah, there's other games. I think Life is Strange comes out. The first episode.
Life is Strange comes out in August.
Drops then. There's more stuff. Absolver.
Absolver looks great.
Yakuza.
Yakuza. Kimwami.
Right, exactly. And then September's fine, I guess. But yeah, October is just a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about October.
Exactly.
I was sitting there and I go, you know what? I only have like 10 games that I'm really interested in, like for the rest of the year. I go, wait a minute, I have 10 fucking. That's a lot. Like I had to rethink like my train of thought.
Right.
I was like, holy shit, that's like way too many.
And there's still some that they're
$60 games. We're not even talking about smaller games or games I just kind of care about.
No, yeah, big titles.
Like Assassin's Creed Origins, I like not even in that 10 that I'm talking about, but like want it still, probably gonna play it. So it's just too many games. So it's a loaded year.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
There's still games that they haven't even given a firm release date yet. Just
you're right.
Like a month. Like Vampire and Xenoblade Chronicles. They said December, right? And that's pretty much it so far.
Yeah, that game's not coming out.
That's
why I did not put that game on my list. I'm like, there is no fucking way that they're not fucking me on this one. I'm not getting my hopes up. They have 2 huge games coming out this year. Why would they put out a third?
Yeah,
they're like the Nintendo's. They can go into coast mode, come November. Like once Mario comes out, they can just hit that cruise control, for a month or 2, and they will. So
yeah, and they would deserve it. I would after this year, Jesus.
Well, and then Pokemon comes out in November, and that game always sells. So it's just like, like I said, they're making their money. They're not in any sort of dire situation at this point.
Hey, you guys, Nintendo, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, Nintendo is wrecking right now. So.
Yeah, no shit. So I guess we should start with our 5, and I can go first if you want.
Sure, go for it.
Man, I'm super curious now if our number 1's gonna be the same. So because that's one we've talked about for
it's gotta be, right?
many months. So yeah, I'm gonna start with number 5 is Mass Effect Andromeda for me.
Ooh, so close, you and I.
Really? Oh, cool.
Yeah. Very close.
It's just even not having I've beaten none of these games, by the way. I've just put enough time in to go, that game is really fucking awesome, like next level good, and that's why it's in my 5, obviously. But the combat feels really, really good in Mass Effect Andromeda.
It really does, yeah.
And traveling to a planet, sci-fi, big scope. I'm all about that. I'm easy to please when it comes to that genre, honestly.
It's all like absolutely, but like the space flights, which some people hate it. Like, man, it just takes long to get everywhere. Man, that was put down controller and like look at the scene for me. It was kind of cool because I'm always trying to figure out where I am, like contextually to like the middle of that galaxy. So I'm like, oh, there's that black hole, or there's that sun, and it's just kind of nice that everything is where it needs to be and. You can see things from as far as your eye can see, and everything, it's mapped out, it's just really cool. You're not just jumping to it on like a flaccid map like we used to be, like in first 3, Mass Effects.
Flaccid, a non-erect map.
A non-erect map.
Jesus Christ.
What?
A non-boner. I don't want to go any further with that. Anyway, that game was really. I don't really have much to say because like I said, I haven't beaten it or anything. But all the Mass Effect stuff, the quips are there, and the things that you normally do in a Mass Effect game are there in terms of personality traits and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to take the hero route or the D-bag route or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, and it was cool. It was cool to play as like the cocky character in this game, like because you felt like at least for me, like I felt like James Kirk, where I'm just like, don't worry, guys, like I'll take care of it. Like not like an asshole, but like really, really, really into his own story. Like,
I make my character. I chose to go with a woman in this one, and she's all right, by the way. I don't know. It sounds like they wrote the male stronger. To be honest.
That's what everybody says,
Oh, okay.
Which is different because everyone loved Femshep in the first trilogy. Like they were, it was all about Femshep, and they had a great voice actress. Her name escapes me right now, but she's really great. And this one, not so much.
Yeah, this one is very. Oh man, she's reading. She is reading the lines.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's definitely faults in the game, but that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to focus on the bad.
There's a lot of faults in this game, but there's way more going for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Way more. And I played it at launch where it was just a mess. And like if you're playing it now, like it's apparently very smooth. Like I got everybody in my house. Dude. I got everybody in my house to pick up a copy of it because it was on sale as of recording this week for like $20. So like now they're all playing it and they're like, man, this game's really good. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was saying like 3 months ago. So fuck you guys.
You guys can go fuck yourself, and I'm out of here. I'm leaving. Yeah. I'm moving out right now.
Yeah, I'm really glad you can enjoy this game.
What's your number 5?
My number 5, we were talking about a little earlier, Yakuza 0.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, love that game. Wow. Holy shit. What an experience. It's the first Yakuza I actually played and beat within like a very short time. Like usually it takes me like 2 years to beat those games just because I just kind of tire of the grind and stuff like that and kind of go to something else. But I was fully involved in this game and beat it like, in 2 or 3 weeks. It didn't take me long at all. And loved it. Man, just what a lived in world this game is. It's like you can just go to an arcade and start playing an arcade and it feels, and it's like real games. Those just like real games inside a game. So it's like a Sega arcade, so it's all like the old school like Sega games like Hot Run and stuff like that. Because the game takes place in the 80s, and it's just man, it's just fun. It's as close to GTA as you can be without fully like adopting like their stuff. It's kind of zany. It does like really crazy things. There's always something like nutty happening, and then it'll get really serious for a moment, and it never feels jarring or anything. It's just very natural.
Right.
I feel like those two series can really pull that off really well. That's how they're identical. Yes, they're both open world games, but not in the same kind of way. You're not like jacking cars. You can't even drive in most games. Some of the games there's driving sections, but they're kind of like singular for a stage or whatever. Mm-hmm. Man, really love this series. So.
Nutty as shit. Still early stages of the game, but that game is nutty.
So weird.
I mean, for me, because I'm not exposed to Japanese culture or gaming in general.
I am, and it's nutty.
Oh, okay.
It's just a weird game, but I like it. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I like weird. Weird's good.
That's the barrier to enter. If you can't get into to that like the Japanese weird culture and stuff like that, then it's gonna be a big turnoff.
Yeah,
but. It's just crazy enough where I think a lot of people can find enjoyment out of it.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It plays arcade style once you start fighting and stuff. I love that. Feels very arcadey.
Man, you're fighting like 100 people towards the end of the game. It's just great.
It's that's ridiculous. Yeah. I love it though. Love it. My number 4 is Nier Automata. Automata? Is that Automata? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Automata.
Okay.
Automata.
Another one I didn't beat because I heard of how daunting a task it was to beat it, and it came out like not too far from like a week or not even a week from Mass Effect, right?
Yeah.
And fuck that
or something. Yeah, it's something weird like that.
But in the time that I did put in though, sometimes I just want to play a game that feels good to play, has inventive combat, is pleasant for my eyeballs. And it kind of is on PC. It's not amazing to look at, but I did play like the first level is basically almost like a copy paste of the demo, but there's just more. Yeah. There's more narrative there, and so I played the demo on PS4 and it was fucking amazing. And I was like, this is the game is gonna be like this, and this is just the demo. That's fucking crazy. But yeah, the game diving in though, there's so much to appreciate. In terms of how, why is it? I mean, they didn't even need to make it open, and I would have been like, "This is a great action game, top 5 material." At the middle of the year, I would still say that, But yeah, I love how creative they got with the action and shit. I've never played one. Is this like a sequel or something?
No,
Not even
yeah,
familiar.
it is. It is a sequel, but like, there's not a lot of connectivity to that game other than the lore and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't even play that game. You know, I just watched a couple YouTube videos to catch up. But this also all ties into the Drakengard series, the dragon like fantasy series that they also do this studio. So yeah, try and wrap your head around that shit.
It's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
My understanding is that there's multiple endings, like a gajillion of them, and that's why it's a time suck.
There are, and there are, and there's 3 different endings. There's 3 different, like you play it through 3 different ways.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's variants of every one of those endings, but you're playing as 3 different characters.
Jesus.
This game is a serious contender to like infiltrate my list further up in my 10 than it already is. If I just really sit down and put more time in it, which it's a gaming weekend this weekend, so.
Oh, good, awesome.
Hoping for the best. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm praying for you, brah.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to pray for somebody about. I'm praying for you. I hope you beat that game, bro.
Thanks, man.
So what's your number? What's your number 4?
It's science over prayer, Jeff. It's Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, fucking awesome! I'm glad
great.
you put it up. Yeah, I'm
what
glad it's up there.
A great this game would like, and I'm gonna say this about every single one of these games that I'm about to 1, 2, 3, and 4. If it came out in its own year, this would have been Game of the Year for me. There was a lot of naysaying and poo-pooing on this game, and this game is. I was there from the very beginning when it was running like shit, and like the good moments still outshined all the jankiness and everything. And I think this game is amazing. I think the scope is ridiculous. I think that have you gotten to that first desert planet yet?
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember where I left off, dude. Like, honestly, it's been like a month,
so
and then
the
I've just been movie diving.
so you know that first world that you're on? Like the very first one with your father?
Uh-huh.
So there's like 6 or 7 worlds, I forget how many exactly, that are each about 7 times as big as that world.
Jesus. And it's already massive.
maybe like 4 or 5, you know. I don't they're huge. You know, I think you could fit at least like 4 of those like maps. They're huge, I tell you. Who built these planets? But yeah, that game is enormous. It's ridiculous, and the online is pretty. I haven't put a lot of time into it, but it's actually pretty good. It's because the combat's so good, so of course that translates so well.
Oh, nice.
And it's all wave-based co-op, you know, so it's not like you're fighting other dudes or anything like that. So it's nice and kind of casual.
Right.
And I don't mean that in like the I play mobile games type of way. Just kind of it's easy to jump in and just play a game of that and not have to invest a lot of time. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mass Effect's really good, and I hope if anyone takes anything away from this who hasn't played that game yet, go play that fucking game. We're not getting another one. We're not getting another one because you sat on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So thanks.
Don't let the goddamn reviews dictate whether you're going to play a game or not. Like, if you're on the fence already, maybe, but if you were hyped about Mass Effect and you saw the reviews and you were like, oh, I'm not going to play it then, what the fuck?
But the game got like 7 and 8s. Those aren't bad scores. It didn't get 9, so no one played it. Like, that blows my mind. I have no idea, like, why, like, the world had it out for this game.
Not just that, too, but, like, the online communities and stuff that just shit on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not even just
if you put too much stock in that.
Absolutely. And the word of mouth was that it was just a garbage pile, which it never was. Yeah, and, like, the animations are a little janky, and, like, the voice acting... for some of the characters can be, a little weird, but man, it's just a fucking huge space opera.
That doesn't ruin a game for me, you know.
Get lost in it, Like, man, we didn't always used to have mocap, Like, not everything has to have that.
Right, that's true. That's super impressive, and I love it when they do that. Like Naughty Dog, that's amazing.
Right.
But,
play a Naughty Dog game.
Yeah, go play Naughty Dog. Uncharted 4 is still good.
Yeah.
So my number 3 is one you mentioned already. It's Resident Evil 7. This genre is fucking
so high up there for you.
It is, right? That genre is just awesome to me. That entire first person, it's not really jump scare focus as much as it's what are the words? Weird as fuck.
There are some great jump scares, though.
There certainly are, and it terrifies me to play the game because it's not just a jump scare; it's something
it's
unsettling you're looking at.
Exactly, like it's always the permeating dread.
Yeah,
That's what it is,
Yeah.
Like you're just like, this is so horrifying. I don't like what's gonna happen. It's a stressful game, but in the right way.
Right, absolutely. Exactly. And if I have to convince myself, like I talk myself into going back to the game, like, okay, you can make it. You just play like an hour, you'll be fine. Nothing will bad will happen to you, except everything bad will happen to you in this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's honestly, it's got to be a hallmark of its genre. Then at that point, it was a. I think they took a. I'm not familiar enough with the franchise at all, like the series. Was it a gamble for them to change formats in terms of FPS and?
Yeah, because I know a lot of people like in real life who are just like won't even play that game because it's a first person shooter.
Wow.
I'm like, no, it's not a first person shooter. It's like it's literally if you take Resident Evil, like the very first one, and change this perspective to first person. That's exactly what this game is in almost every way.
Yeah.
And fight me on that. Like anybody who's listening, I'm right. I'm just right. Just trust me on that one. Like, it's the same thing. It's resource management. It's holy shit. I need to find where the next save point or safe area is. Do I use this heal now? There's a herb right here. Do I just remember where this is and come back for it later? It's all that. So all that stuff exists in this game. Mm-hmm. Crazy bosses that you're like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to beat this.
There's no logical way.
There's no way.
You can beat any of these people.
It's just awesome. I enjoy that game so much. What a treat to open up the year with in January.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, we're not worthy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just could. Oh my god, dude, I cannot believe how much. This was my first exposure to a Resident Evil game, and I'm thrilled that it was because I got a taste of this genre with something of fear, layers of fear. So I was like something of fear, and there was like a cool story to it and stuff like that, but over time it just had like a reliance on jump scares. And don't get me wrong, what you were looking at was unsettling, and you wrapping your mind around the story that was happening because it was kind of just all inferred or implied through imagery what actually happened. That was great, and I was like, man, I want more games like this. And then Resident Evil was like, got your back. Got your back. But also, you get to shoot and do shit because Layers of Fear is an FPX, but it's horror.
Yeah,
and you gotta figure shit out.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. There's just like moments in Resident Evil where it's just like you'll see something at the bottom of the stairs like run across your screen. You're like, nah, I'm not going down there. Nah.
And then you turn around and realize you got to go down there.
Yeah, you turn around and they may even be right there by that point.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, if you see something, you got to go that way. That's that's always the shitty part where you're like, fuck.
Oh my god.
That game is just so good. Yeah, and the boss fights are great in that game. There's a great puzzle in that game. I hate puzzles. I was so stupid I had to get help for it. But like after I saw it all play out, and I won't ruin it or anything because it's kind of like it's a big moment. But like this puzzle, I was like, that may be one of the smartest puzzles I've ever played in a video game. Like that whole series, it was just like, wow, like that was really, and everything's there, so it's not hard. So if I really wasn't such an idiot, I probably could have used all the tools to like make it work. But I got really impatient. Was like, nah, man, nah, you're not, So I quickly looked up the answer and. I suggest that if you get to that part, just try and figure it out, man. Because it's like, man, it was really rewarding just to see it all play out. So imagine just figuring it out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get there, man. What's your number 3?
Number 3 is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Shit, we're close as fuck.
Damn!
Well, I mean, we might as well just talk. I'm next at number 2,
yeah.
So we might as well. It's my number 2.
Okay, so you're number 2, my number 3.
So we're going to chit-chat about it then.
What a good game. I'm on the very last level of this game. I just need to beat it. I literally just need to pick it up and just play through the last level, or the last stage, or whatever the mission. God, what a great game. I love the story in this game. It's got a fantastic sci-fi story. Super good. Well written. Mm-hmm. Some of the voice acting's a little like, stoic, I guess, and same with the animations, but like, again, it doesn't really bother me. The writing's good. That's what really matters to me. Man, what a payoff you get for like exploring this world, because you can miss how to hack almost every animal or every robot in the game and just kind of like go straight through the missions. But those are some of the best missions in the game, like because you're infiltrating like a machine womb that creates these creatures, that particular creature, and you learn how to like at the end of that stage, by fighting like an Omega version of it, you learn how to like control that type of creature in the wild. All the way up to the T-Rexes, man. You can like control those fucking things.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah.
But like it's cool, and like that's I mean, I don't know if that's what they call them in the game, but that's what it seems like. It's like a machine womb, and it's the coolest, most craziest visuals in the game, man. It's so great. Really, really, really enjoy this game and this world, and just the feel of it. Just felt just really good game to play.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. Next, no, I I still say that even though I said it in a previous podcast, I'm just repeating myself at this point. But I didn't expect the narrative to be so present in this game. Like, I don't know that it was advertised beforehand. That hey, this is gonna feel a little bit like Uncharted, like because it kind of does.
Yeah, no one said that to me either.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, this is crazy. This is crazy
there's a lot
how
going
like
on here. Yeah,
and like sometimes I'll have to. Man, my controller's been down for like 10 or 15 minutes. They've been talking, and that's
Right.
good. I like that. Like I miss that. Man,
yeah, because that's certainly like a Naughty Dog type of thing to do.
it is. Yeah.
To just kind of let yourself get lost in a cinematic scene from a video game. Which is great. That's like big. It's still a risk, even though that narrative-driven video games are very popular. I mean, especially with people calling Last of Us one of the best games ever, and Uncharted, pick one of the best games. Everybody has a different one, it seems like. But anyway, Horizon though, it's not just the narrative that drives it, but obviously the world. Like, there's so many fucking tiny, like minute details and shit. Just the way that people dress and stuff.
Yeah, all the different clans.
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll have their
the way
own
they tattoo their fucking face and shit.
Dude, there's multiple different gods in this game. All the cultures like worship different gods, and so like it's fucking incredible.
That's
like,
awesome. That's
it's
so
fucking
cool.
Great world building. I'm like, these are the people that did Killzone?
Yeah.
Really? Like, they were sitting on a lot of great ideas for a while, I guess, because they were just. Man, like Killzone's good, but it ain't like this, It's not good like this.
Mm-hmm.
The writing.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. That's for sure.
Yeah, great shooters. I like those games are good.
Oh yeah, those games are really good. Like
they're not great though.
No, I'm not sitting there going, "Oh, I'm gonna put down my controller or get focus in on this story, this riveting story about a shooter."
Right.
Love it though. Horizon Zero Dawn. Can't wait to beat you, finish you. I hear it's kind of a long one too, but. It's
pretty long. Yeah, 35, 40 hours. Yeah.
Shit. It's very Tomb Raider-y too, but like, more original because obviously Tomb Raider is based on fucking, like the new Tomb Raiders. I mean, they're based on fucking Tomb Raider. They just made them more like Uncharted, basically.
Right, which Uncharted was just doing a really good impression of Tomb Raider, so
right.
Try and figure that puzzle out.
Yeah, I know, right? What came first? Well, Tomb Raider came first, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But still, so that was my number
Chicken
2.
or egg?
What's your number 2?
My number 2 has a real... It has a real... like, it could probably be my game of the year if I just fucking buckle down and finish it, but I just keep putting it off because it's a really daunting, huge game. It's Persona 5. I keep on going back and playing games like GTA 5. I just beat the campaign in that again. Like, why?
The campaign is so good, though.
What did I do that for? Man, that last mission is so good. The big one.
Yeah.
That last heist. Wow. Anyways,
it's epic, dude. I
too
love
busy
it.
beating that game for the 6th time.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
That game's too big to be beating it many times. Anyways, to play a Persona 5, which, like I said, it could very well end up being my game of the year if I just fucking just nut up and just beat it. I'm like at the 45-hour mark, and I think I have like 30 hours left. Everyone keeps telling me. That's like 2 games.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's a lot of, it's a big chunk of time. But man, the amount of character and charm in this game is ridiculous, and it's so mature. Like the last games were mature too, but like the things that you're immediately dealing with is a teacher maybe having sex with students, like a pervy gym teacher. A lot of implied rape. A lot of and here's the more heartwarming stuff. A lot of dudes and gals figuring out their sexualities and stuff like that. Hard-hitting, mature issues. This game's as cartoony and weird as it looks. It's not for kids. It earns that M rating. While there's not like gratuitous nudity or anything like that, and it's kind of cartoonish violence. It's really the themes that earn it its M. And man, it's just a really strong game. I just love it. And the voice acting's awesome. This game has a really interesting way of just going, hey, we're going to let you meet about 100 characters in this game, and you're gonna love every single one of them, and you have no choice about it. Like, because everyone's just so well written, and every character has a meaning. Is portraying something or is connected to somebody else that gives somebody else greater meaning. Like, it's a spider web of social links and everything like that. And it's just an amazing game. Whenever you're walking through that town, even though it's a giant Tokyo town, you just feel connected to all these characters. It's just really good, man. Hard sell for people who don't like this genre, but
like your co-host.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would never be a game where I'm like, Jeff, got to give this one a try.
Right.
No, don't. Like, don't give this one a try.
It's gonna be full of things you don't already like. So why would you'd be like, oh, that was dumb.
Yeah, right. But man, it's just it's the special game that everyone's been waiting for. If this is their cup of tea, and I've been waiting years for this game to come out. So why I just hit that like gamer fatigue in the middle of this game because of all these other games we've been playing all year. It's not fair to this game that I was just like, yeah, fuck games. I'm gonna watch TV for a bit. This is goddamn. My brain is like marshmallow, just marshmallows right now. So I got to get back into that mode and start wrapping up games that are new this year, not GTA 5.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm perpetually look. If I'm not playing a new game, chances are what's in my system is GTA 5, and I'm in the middle of another career run. And then there's story mode or whatever.
What is that?
Career mode, whatever. Yeah. What is this, WWE?
Yeah, career mode.
I'm perpetually replaying that, like, until I
forgot
die.
That game gives you like a psyche val at the end of it.
Oh, it does. Yeah, that's right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What an amazing fucking thing to put at the end of that game.
I know. I love it every time. I'm like, did I really not kill that many people? Like, you're a safe driver.
Sexually deprived because I always forget to have sex with like hookers and stuff like that. It's just I'm too busy doing everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I grew up having sex with hookers in Vice City. I don't,
Yeah, I'm good.
I've done that. I've done it.
Because it was at that time, with the internet not being as present as it was kind of like an Easter egg. Did you hear you can have sex in that game? No fucking way. I'm going to go home and do that right now.
No, you have. It's like, dude, I got a hooker in there and they didn't do anything. No, you got to drive somewhere secluded, where...
Literally drive on the grass next to the building.
No way. Yeah, dude, like, watch. Dude, I remember being so, because I was that person where I was just, I can't get to work, and someone came over and showed me. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I don't even remember how old I was.
I love that. One of my first times I did that. I can't believe we're talking about losing our hooker virginity in GTA. But the first time I did it, I literally, because I was trying so hard to do it for like an hour. I literally as soon as she got in the car, I literally pulled over in the grass in the building like next to it, and I could still the sidewalk was still right fucking there. People were walking by, and we were just doing it. Like,
oh, nice. But it was far enough away.
But it was far enough away, and it was dark. Like that's what it was looking for, was like a dark area. It's so stupid. Anyway, that's not the number one game of this year.
It should be, but it's not.
It's the number one game of this year's GTA 5.
Every year it would be the number one game.
Well, they released new DLC, so anyway. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is my number one.
Mine too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Synchronized all the way to Chinatown or whatever.
It's Japan, but that's
Timbuktu. This game's okay.
It's all right. If we had to have a game of the year, I guess this one would be a good one. So
talk about a daunting game. Like pretty much all these are kind of daunting in one regard or another. Right. Whether they're creepy or there's just a lot of story or whatever. You're plopped into a world full of dauntingness. That's not even a word. We're gonna make it up just for this.
Okay.
Because you're in the world. Like you literally can go anywhere you want. Well, I mean you can't because you need a fucking thing. Whatever.
Yeah, you need to get the glider first.
Exactly, you do.
Man,
but it's still like all kind of like that entire first plane or whatever. And
it's still open as fuck.
Yeah, it's still open as fuck, dude.
Like when you're like, wow, this is like a really big area. This is probably like a sixth of the map.
Yeah.
No, maybe a 60th.
Yeah, and guess what? When you start the game, you barely play a story because you're like, oh, what's this over here? I'm gonna go collect some stuff. Oh, I'm gonna go learn to cook shit.
Yeah, and then some old man's like, "Hey, bro, do you want to, see some stuff?" And you're like, "Yeah, I guess." I love that though. Like you keep on finding like swords in the stone. You just
Yeah.
feel like, oh man, like what is this sword doing here? And it's a rusty ass fucking sword.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit. I love that.
Yeah, what a cool game. Like where it's literally one of, and I hate it when like people use this in marketing where they're like, if you can see it, you can go there. Because like it's true sometimes, but other times it's like you can go there if you find the right path. Not true in this game.
Yeah.
You can literally go anywhere as long as you have the stamina for it.
Right.
You can climb up anything, any texture. He's got the hardest grip in the entire world. God damn. Like, gee, how do you climb up like rock face like that? Just like straight up rock face. But it's so amazing. Like, and I love that. Like the amount of verticality and freedom in this game is unlike anything I've ever played in any open world game. And that makes it dauntingly crazy. Is that did I use that right?
Dauntingest
It makes it daunting as a dauntingly world.
Oh boy. Anyway, that game is fucking fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
Nintendo, Jesus, it's already like a landmark game for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, and we have another one coming out this year.
Landmark game for video games.
For video games, period.
Yeah,
that's so true.
period. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, this is like the game. This and Mario the same year, by the way. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Both the games that you're gonna be like, oh man, that put the Switch on the map. Like seriously, it's kind of like in the same way Mario 64 did it for N64.
And Mario is probably gonna hopefully do it more so because Breath of the Wild has that the tarnishment of like, well, you can still get it on Wii U.
That's
so
true.
like, yeah, I mean, whatever. Just play it. You know what? Play it however you can.
Yeah,
seriously,
exactly.
just play the game. Don't make qualms about like it coming out across like, well, what if we didn't have to make it on the Wii U? How much more powerful could this game would have been? I don't know. The game was great. How much more powerful did it need to be? You know, like graphics wise and everything. I thought it looked great. Like that game is beautiful.
Yeah.
And like there is so much going on in that game. How much more could you have going on in that game? That world is. There are no load times. You can walk from one side of the game to another and
you're
never see a load screen. You're in it, exactly. Like,
and it's crazy that I
want?
can. And you played this mostly on handheld, right? It's crazy that you can take like one of the biggest games ever made, one of the most epic games ever made, and just carry it around with you. No big deal.
I know.
No
and I
big
tell
deal.
you, playing it on the screen, it makes a big difference. Like you can really tell the difference because I was like, oh man, I should have been playing more.
Yeah, I started it on my TV, and I was like, this is fucking mind blowing.
Man, it still looks amazing on the go, and it's just it's awesome to be able to play something like that, like while you're waiting in line, at a restaurant or pooping, or whatever.
Yeah, definitely pooping. Yeah, that's a majority of my gaming time is I'm finding when I'm on the when I'm on that.
I'm about to get that DLC, do that master quest, because it'll set you up for the DLC in December, which will be, I think, a prequel. It sounds like it's all about leading up to the fight of Ganon that you died at.
Oh,
where you died.
Well, that's
so you're gonna get that whole backstory and a whole bunch of story about Zelda and stuff like that. So we'll see.
That's pretty cool. I will probably never get to that.
Yeah,
just based on the pace I'm going at right now.
Well, the cool thing is you can always just play that. I don't think you have to like get there in the game. I think it's just like
Oh, that's true.
Like,
yeah.
Here it is. Here's
I just mean in terms of like my completionist the ways. It would just be like something that I'm like, no, but I have to beat the game first. I can't do that.
Yeah, but it's a prequel, Jeff. So chronology.
That's true.
Chronologically, this happens first.
Chronologically,
I get it too. I still wouldn't like tell people to watch episode 1 first. Star Wars. Like no, start at 4.
No,
don't do that.
Go back, watch Better Call Saul first. You'll be fine.
No. Yeah. Don't do that either. Yeah. By the way, Better Call Saul, huh?
Huh? We may. I'm pretty sure we talked about that.
I'm pretty sure that happened. Wow.
Holy shit. Anyway, that's it. That's it, right? And then next week we're doing War Games. War Games. War Games.
Spec Ops The Line, best war game ever. Probably that's true too.
Which one?
Spec Ops The Line.
Best war game ever?
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm not. That's not a question. I'm giving you the fact.
Oh, you're giving me the answer. Okay. Thanks.
No, I don't know. What off the top of your head? What's your favorite
fucking don't. I can't even think right now.
Frontline, Medal of Honor Frontline with the D-Day.
Wolfenstein.
What?
You fight Nazis? I don't know. It's during a war.
That really happened. Yeah,
That really happened that exact way with those dogs and everything. Anyway, the next episode in honor of Dunkirk and War for the Planet of the Apes too, because it's a war. We're gonna do best war movies, and we specifically are referring to like what you think of when you think of war movies is like the World War II, Vietnam movies, stuff like that.
Yeah, not Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, not fantasy war.
That's the very first question I asked. I was like, can I put Lord of the Rings on this list? No, dude, regular wars. I'm like, oh, okay.
And there's a ton of them. Like I ended up having too many honorable mentions, honestly.
I got a Lord of the Rings-esque one on there, so I'm okay with it.
Oh yeah, you did, and I still have to watch that one. That's the thing. I started doing homework for this like a week ago because the movies are long, and I wanted to make sure I got them all in.
Why are war movies so long?
I don't know who decided that.
And then Chris Nolan, the mother of long movies, is like, this one's gonna be my short one. What? This is a long movie genre. You make long movies. It's like, no, we're gonna squeak in at just under 2 hours.
You know what? Just because everybody else does that, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah. that's Nolan's MO.
Fucking Nolan.
I'm excited though. I know JD's pumped for it too. He loves the war movies. I rewatched Saving Private Ryan, and had many things happen to my heart and mind during that rewatching that for the first time in a few years.
I'm literally gonna go to Best Buy after we shoot, after we're done with this, to like see if they get that on Blu-ray, because I know it's a cheap.
It's gotta be by this point, right?
Be cheap. Yeah, and they gotta have it. It's a classic.
They fucking if they don't, then we're just gonna burn it to the ground.
They fucking better have it, I tell ya.
Just burn it to the ground. No big deal.
Bring the baseball bat.
It's just arson. Burn it to the ground with a baseball bat.
Kneecaps.
What the fuck? All right, so that's it. Did you want to close this out, or are we just gonna do it the same? We should do it at the same time.
Let's just do it at the same time. How do you wanna close this out?
It doesn't matter. We got to tell people where to find us.
Jesus.
I'm on Twitter at Jeff Whitty, WIDDY. Look for Entertournament of Champions on Facebook and iTunes and Google Play, Stitcher, and all that shit. Mm-hmm. And your places too, right?
Yeah, you can find me over at sub-culture.com, where I think they're going to make me start writing again. They're like, you're going to start. And I'm like, all right.
That's where I'm at right now with Horror Geek Life.
I'm sure, yeah. And I bailed on my first Twitch this Wednesday, but I'll be twitching this weekend, which by this time this episode is up is irrelevant. So, we'll see. I still am twitching. You can find me over that Subculture channel. And, that's it. Facebook, you can find me on Facebook personally. If you're strange, I probably won't accept it. So just
I don't blame you on that. I wouldn't either. Yeah, if you find me on Facebook too, I'm not gonna fret. You can find me on Letterboxd. I'm on that. Jeff Whitty, WIDDY.
Yeah, I'm on Letterboxd too. Yeah, I do stuff there. It is fun.
Man, we just can't stop fucking like creating lists for shit.
I've got 38 lists now, I think, Jeff.
I have so many private lists. Like you can't see them at all.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You gotta get that list count up, bro.
I think I'm at let me check listicles. Oh boy, how many is on a page? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times 4 is too high for me to count. So it's about that many.
Oh, about that many.
It's about that many. It says 19, but I think that's just referring to public lists.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I have way more than that. I love that website, though. Fucking
me too. It's fucking great. Yeah, just, And
I love seeing, even if I'm glancing at it, like, people's shitty reviews.
I love people's
movies
shitty
that
reviews.
I love.
My favorite was, like, a Spider-Man one today. It's just, like, too much CG. It was a CG fuckfest. No heart. 1.5 stars. It's like, okay, that was all right.
CG fuckfest. Fuckfest.
Fuckfest. Yeah, I fucking see. He said CG like 3 or 4 times in this review. It was fucking CG. Fucking CJ. It said CJ. I'm like, yeah, the main character is the Vulture. They didn't really build that.
Yeah, I know. And Spider-Man's not really doing all that shit. Like, they made it an easily CG-able suit. Like, it's for a reason. Great movie though.
Super good.
Kyle and I saw it last night, not together because we can't do that over Skype. We saw it over Skype.
Spirit, yeah.
But I loved it, man. It's honestly, since I'm having so much of a debate about it, whether it's better than Spider-Man 2 or not, I think they're on par with each other, if I can just say that. I can agree to that, at least in my own brain, and be comfortable with it.
Sure.
Honestly, because I got so much out of Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, so much.
Me too.
Like, he's a kid being a kid, and he loves being a superhero.
Can I tell you, this may sound stupid on my part, but as we were walking in the theater, he's like, my buddy goes, wouldn't it be stupid or wouldn't it be weird if homecoming actually meant like a real homecoming, like a school homecoming? I'm like, no, that'd be stupid. It's too on the nose. Yep.
Well, if they didn't mention any homecoming whatsoever,
really about that,
it would kind of be like, why is it called Homecoming?
I thought it was called Homecoming because Spider-Man's finally home in the MCU, but maybe that's too on the nose too. I think I was being the idiot there, so I was like, no, it's definitely not going to be about that, even though they're in school. And school pretty much revolves around stuff like that.
I love that they wrote. Also, here's a detail I love. They wrote every like observer or something to be kind of like observant. Like, you had onlooker number 1, and he's like, oh, hey, look at Spider-Man. Hey, if you're Spider-Man, can you do a flip? Sure. And he does a flip or whatever. And there's a sense of actual community here instead of just like New York decides to do something good or all New York does is cheer him on from the sidelines. They didn't put one shot of that in here of him being cheered on from the sidelines fighting a bad guy. And I feel like I've seen that in 6 fucking Spider-Man movies. And there haven't been 6 until
literally. This one. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Almost literally.
I mean, he saved some people at one point, and there were people at the bottom going, "Yay, thanks, Spider-Man," and stuff like that. But that's different. I'm talking about when there's a fight.
Yeah, they're not vacating the premises while he's fighting, like Rhino.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a private fight. Like he's fighting them outside of the public eye.
Dude, by the way, I can't wait for that Rhino and Sinister Six movie that's about to come out. Right? Is that still happening? No, is that happening? They're still trying to make it happen.
They're still trying to make it happen at Sony. Paul Giamatti's still doing it.
Yeah, I want to be the Rhino. I don't know. That's not even what he sounds like.
Yeah, but there's no Spider-Man. Fuck it. Who cares? Let's do it.
A Spider-Man-less universe. We can run rampant. But you're really in character.
Like literally every time Peter Parker had something to confess to somebody, the other person was like, "Yeah, I know." Like whether it was just like his feelings about something. They were like, yeah, I know. I see the way you act like this around this person or whatever. They were just people are just observant. It's nobody's like, well, what are you doing? It's just I can't point out a single instance of somebody being a fucking idiot in the movie. You know what I mean? And that's the hardest thing to write in a superhero movie.
Yeah,
it's almost full of like even Wonder Woman's full of people doing stupid shit.
It is, yeah. I mean. It's man, yeah. I didn't even. That's a good observation. I didn't really put that together, but you're absolutely right.
That's when I gathered as I was watching the movie. I was like,
no one's doing anything dumb. Here? Yeah. Like, are the bystanders smarter in this movie?
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. I like that.
It's kind of cool. I thought that was cool. It's like the writers went out of their way to make it kind of like a foolproof in that regard, where it's like I'm tired of the the onlookers going, hey buddy, what do you think you're doing? And it's like, you know what they're doing. Like, just don't fucking say anything. I don't know, man. It was cool. Donald Glover was great. His eyes were closed the entire time.
The entire time. Open your eyes, Donald.
But that scene that he had with Spider-Man was fucking hilarious. That was the best scene for me. That was great. You're a criminal. Gotta leave. Gotta go.
Yeah, you deserve this. You deserve that. Yeah. So hilarious. Yeah.
Enough Easter eggs to please everybody too. The action was fine. He didn't really do a lot of fisticuffs. It was a lot of kind of fumbling around.
I could have used more fisticuffs.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Because he did some fisticuffs in Civil War, so I mean, like I know he's.
Yeah, we know he can fight, and it was just kind of Marvel action at this point, which is Captain America's kind of known for that more now than at least those movies. But like Marvel action is kind of like spectacle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is cool. There was that.
Oh, yeah, there was.
But, Spider-Man can flip and shit. I wanted to see
some of that. Let him do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It's fine.
I hate that movie now. Thanks for
I hate that movie. You know what? Spider-Man is now 2 stars.
No, that guy was right. It was 1.5. It was 1.5. 1.5. Right.
CG.
CG fuckfest.
Jesus Christ. I got to find this review now because I'm sure it's somewhere.
It's got to be at the top because I saw it on the home... You know what I mean? I saw it on my home screen or whatever. So
Right.
it wasn't a friend. I follow 4 people.
Yeah, it was like popular among friends type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, it was good though. I like the changes that they made and everything. It just flowed really really well.
Yeah, my favorite part was the Hulk coming in and killing,
literally everybody and turning red. It was great.
literally everybody and turning red. God, yeah, everyone's been waiting for that.
And they put it in this movie. That's
What
so
about
good.
Red Hulk? Yeah, it comes into the red spider. He's red. I got it. I got the symbolism.
Right?
Oh, spoiler.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry everybody. Hey everybody. Anyway, I love. Yeah, the beginning was a great opening little gag. People will know it when they see it. It was really really smartly done. And there's something else I wanted to mention. Oh, the score was great.
The score was really good.
Like super memorable. That was Michael Giacchino he did Rogue One as well. I think he ended up sitting in on Rogue One, and he ended up doing like kind of like something that paid homage to Star Wars and its own thing at the same time, which was really really
you didn't realize you weren't listening to John Williams, even though it really doesn't sound like John Williams. It just sounds like Star Wars. Don't know if that makes any sense, but
it makes sense to me. I mean, this dude knew how to mimic. He did. It was perfect.
He did. Yeah,
and he did Doctor Strange too. But I feel like Spider-Man: Homecoming was like the magnum opus in terms of his Marvel scores.
Yeah,
and the
I think
opening,
Doctor Strange had an awesome end credit like song.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But like, man, like all of Spider-Man was good.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the
and
whole
they had
score.
During the opening credits, they have a very special version of a song that everybody will be familiar with. That was really, really fucking cool. Everybody needs to just go see this movie. It's pretty good.
Dude, people absolutely need to go see this movie.
Yeah.
If you sleep on this movie because I don't know why.
Yeah,
like,
another Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm not going to see a Spider-Man movie, even though I was just talking about how cool he was in Civil War. Okay. Yeah, go see this movie. It's good. Yeah. And get pumped for Thor. They just like announced that like this movie will 100% set up and lead into an Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how awesome.
Yeah,
we're getting that Lady Death stuff. That's whoever is Kate Blanchett. She's not playing Death. Whoever she's playing, she's subbing in. That's what I think.
Oh,
she's
nice.
Subbing in as that character, and we're gonna set up a whole lot of Thanos in this movie without actually seeing.
Dude, we're gonna have to. Thor's the last stop. Before Black Panther's gonna be its own story, but Thor's the last stop in terms.
It's gonna be kind of weird. You're gonna get like this like sub story from Black Panther, and then it's just gonna be right into Infinity War.
Yeah.
What?
It is going to be strange, especially if they're not going to mention anything, or if it's like a prequel. It doesn't seem like it's a prequel because Andy Serkis doesn't have his arm in the trailer.
Yeah.
And Everett Ross is there too, and they didn't meet until Civil War, so it doesn't seem like it's a prequel. But I don't know. It feels like a very contained story, kind of like Spider-Man, which is what I loved about Spider-Man. There's not any fighting for the universe going on here. This is fighting for my neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a very contained story. Even when he goes to DC, you're like, oh, they're going to fucking DC. That's kind of wow, like to branch it out a little bit.
Yeah,
that's like cool. Little thing, but it still felt like contained. Like I don't know. I like that. It is very much about being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Exactly. That's what I loved about it too. Like people were like low stakes, and I was like, yeah, it was on purpose. Like it was
it meant to do that.
Like it felt like something Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have handled. But they
and they played that off so well because Peter Parker's like first kind of entry was something so epic. So the whole dichotomy is like, oh, I don't, or the whole like struggle, like his struggle is that like, oh, well, I'm meant for something more than just this stuff. But it's a nice learning kind of coming of superhero story. It's good.
Coming of age. People make a lot of John Hughes references, and I'm not really on board with that, to be honest with you. I'm kind of like, well, let's settle down with the John Hughesiness of it. It's still a superhero movie. It's not Breakfast Club. There's a lot of great castmates. The girl from Nice Guys was in it. The daughter of Ryan Gosling. She played Betty Brant on the news station, the high school news channel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was like, yes, she's gonna be in these movies. Like, she's so fucking funny and talented.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a great get for Marvel. Man, the cast was just nonstop.
Better be more than 3 movies.
3 movies and Sony's out.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, right. Sorry, they just outperformed you, Tony. Like you had a lot of chances,
right?
And you nailed it a couple times, and you stumbled more. So
right. Well, that's all we got for real, though. That's all we got. Spider-Man's great.
That's it.
And the War Movies episode we're gonna do, the top 10 War Movies episode, is gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait.
I'll tell you. A little spoiler: Spider-Man will not make that list.
No, Civil War might though.
Yeah. Does that really happen?
No. Hey man, it's a war.
Can I talk about? This is not a spoiler, but whenever he's just like, "Yeah, we got to watch this Captain America video," even though I think he's a war criminal now or whatever.
Hannibal Buress, yeah.
I laughed so hard. I'm like, "Yeah, what the fuck?"
Pretty sure he's a war criminal now, but whatever. And like
Yeah.
he goes, "Coach," and he points the wrong way.
The wrong way,
It's
and he
so
waves
great.
anyways. Oh, it's so hilarious. This movie's
Hannibal
really
Buress.
funny.
Love Hannibal Buress, man. Martin Starr was great too. He was very
Yeah.
peppy compared to other roles like Guilfoyle and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, very peppy.
Hey, you think we're just gonna be like, "Hey, Peter"? He's like, "Hey, Peter."
Hey, Peter, sit down, or whatever. That was borderline Joe from fucking Family Guy. Peter,
Yeah.
sit down. Anyway,